Welcome back to the continuation of my life with muscular dystrophy and my tribute to Jerry Lewis. In 1987, at 5, I started kindergarten. Everything was normal, except I was a tad bit used to getting my way. So that was my only real adjustment to kindergarten. Everything else was just as normal as could be. Played on the playground equipment, except I essentially flunked. And I went to this thing called pre-first, which was an all-day kindergarten. And they called it that so you wouldn't feel like you flunked. And at this time, I walked different. I didn't know that. My mom would try to tell me that I walked different, but I couldn't believe that. So there I am in pre-first. Everything's fine, except I stick out. I'm different. For the first few weeks, the other kids in the class recognized it. I can't tell you how many times, probably daily, I got chased on the playground. And the whole class would group around me, and they would chase me. But one thing you'll find out about me is that I'm a fighter. I don't back down easily. So finally, one day, they're chasing me, and I climb up the slide, which was a bad move, because there's some behind me. The rest are all down at the bottom of the slide. So finally I decided to just go for it. I slide down the slide and I start swinging. One of them I hit, became my best friend. So that was when I learned that I'm a fighter. And sometimes, okay, if any kids are watching this, don't fight, it's not good. But anyway. But it's good to fight life and not back down from the challenges and trials that we face. So things went well. I started physical therapy with a wonderful physical therapist who was with me all the way through school, and I dearly love, like she's my sister. Then first grade came around. Things were still good. And it's sometime around first grade or second grade that I started swimming in the summer. And my mom always tried to tell me I walked different. Tried to explain it to me. I couldn't believe it. Kids at school would tease me. I remember one friend who ran real funny, laughing at the way I ran. And I said, "You're the one that runs funny." That summer, I saw a video of myself, and it surprised me. I walked on my toes, kinda, and my back was arched because I can't build muscle, so the tendons tighten to make up for that, which made me walk strange. And that was a hard realization. But I didn't let it worry me too much, because I knew eventually there would be a cure, or because of my faith I would be healed. I had a teacher who has a son with a type of muscular dystrophy. She understood things, but it was still hard for me to accept. And by this time at 8, I was even starting to notice that I couldn't walk and run and do things like I had been able to before. But I will tell you one interesting thing. For whatever reason, the muscular dystrophy made me have big calves on legs, so kids would be playing soccer, and I'd say, "Hey, can I play?" I'd say, "I don't know," because you know the way I ran. I'd say, "Well, look at my legs." And it looked like I had big muscles, so right. "Oh, okay, you can play." So that was that. I was still walking. I fell a lot, but things were still normal, and I was doing Cub Scouts. Life was still pretty normalish. I will talk about my transition to using a wheelchair.